I wrote two novels that each took me like one took me 5, one took me 7 years. The first one I started when I was in college, and it was my thesis for my writing program, and the second one I wrote just out of college. And both of them are, sitting in the shelf, the E-shelf, gathering dust, and probably should never see the light of day. But the good thing about those books is that I learned how to finish something. I think when you're starting writing, and even now, when you're not starting writing, it's very easy to get inspired and have ideas and get 10 pages, 20 pages, 50 pages into a story, and inevitably you will get stuck, and it will get hard, and you'll want to give up. If you're me, I want to give up. And you'll think no one will ever read this book, and sometimes you're right. And I almost quit both of those novels before I got to the last chapter. Like, I had written almost all of it, except for the last couple of chapters. It's right around then that I always want to give up. And I got this advice from a friend of mine in a writing workshop who looked at me so gravely when I told her I was going to just quit this book and start writing the next one. And she said, "You finish that first book, just so that you know that you can do it." And every book, I get to that point, and I think, you finish that book. You know that you can do it. There's in some ways, I think the only difference between me this is my 8th book. 8th book that is on a shelf, 10th book that, 2 more that totally sucked. But the only difference between me then and me now, there are many other differences, but it is a huge thing to learn that I could finish and go back and make it better. I don't think you can understand, or I could understand, the shape of the books until I'm done, and then I go back and do a whole lot of revision. So there are the 5 Fallen books. There are now the 2 Teardrop books, and I have one standalone book, which is called The Betrayal of Natalie Hargrove, which is a contemporary retelling of Macbeth from Lady Macbeth's point of view. The most badass Shakespearean character, if she got her vengeance.